This is for the Ronin by Bushido Code. First things first, this is a great sounding album. The guitars sound really, really crunchy, very modern. The drums are very powerful. The vocals are really clear. When I read that this band only formed 4 years ago, I was really, really surprised. I truly thought that with a sound this professional, it would have been a much more established band, something that maybe could have been eyeing an hour-long slot on 70,000 Tons of Metal. But about as far as the music goes, I really enjoyed this album. I think it sounds something like a decent blend of Hatred, a little bit of Evil, a little bit of modern Overkill, but then with the whole metalcore thing thrown in with the vocals. I think the faster songs of the album are more inspired than the more metalcore-y ones. It is funny, I said that they sound like Hatred and Evil, which are themselves thrash revival bands, so you've just added another level of derivation, but it still manages to sound fresh, and that is, a great accomplishment for the band. The highlights to me in this respect was the title track, the Ronin. I also really liked Stench of Cowards, and then the last two. Also going to throw some praise to the instrumental in the album, Prelude to Battle. It sounds... The sound of it is very modern, but it also, I think it could have been perfectly in place on like a 90s Testament album as a 1 minute long instrumental opener. So really cool thing going on there. Only two drawbacks I noted. One, the theme of the album was hard to detect if you weren't reading the lyrics, and I don't think I would have picked up on it at all if I hadn't read the blurb beforehand saying that it was something to do with samurai. I mean, yes, the name of the band is Bushido Code, but other than a few times when I picked out the word warrior, I was not in tune with there being a theme to this. And the other thing is that I'm not sure that this style of vocal is terribly great with that style of music. Maybe I'm the closed-minded one here, but I was expecting it to be a bit more along the lines of the Evil style or the Overkill style, given the type of music going on. It fit very well in the other songs, the ones I haven't named, basically, the ones that were not the super thrashy ones. But for the thrashy ones, I was expecting something a bit more along the lines of Matt Drake from Evil. I'm more than happy to admit that maybe I'm the closed-minded one, and these guys are onto something great and new.
Ever wonder what a punch from Elton John feels like?
Or how you'd cope with having turned down the chance to be in Nirvana?
Or what signal Keith Richards gives when he wants you to get the hell out of his hotel room?
Fans of Too Much Effing Perspective don't have to wonder, because they've heard these exact stories and a jillion others on our podcast. I'm Alex Hoffman, former tour manager for Radiohead.
And I'm musician and comedy writer Alan Keller. On the TMEP show, we get guests like Nancy Wilson from Heart, Jeremiah Freites from the Lumineers, and Modern Family's Julie Bowen to tell us things they may have only shared with their therapist, clergy, or a TMZ stringer.
So join us on Too Much Effing Perspective. That's EFFING Perspective. The only podcast you crank up to 11.